How about you subscribe, leave a like, and maybe leave a comment below and to make sure that you know on the next upload. Let's don't waste any time and let's get into it. After the events of the Tournament Power Hour, hero seems to be entered a time of peace as the Z fighters what they do best on their own time enjoying their life. But unfortunately, even though Frieza isn't around in this timeline, but unfortunately the Frieza Force are still up and running regardless if their tyrannical ruler is alive or not. But luckily they don't need to worry about replacing Frieza that after losing Frieza, the Frieza Force has majority lost somewhat straight, and especially after losing to King Kong, leaving to the few very loyal members of the Frieza Force to be rooted to their family. They go to one individual that they didn't expect themselves to return to. Cooler, which means that Cooler is the sole responsibility on taking his family, well, what's left of it anyway, into returning to its empire. But unfortunately, this does take time and effort. But unfortunately, Cooler could wants to get his revenge on the sea fighters. But unfortunately, he knows that if Frieza, that he knows that he's quite an opponent to deal with, and if the sea fighters managed to kill him and the even gotten strong after knowing the events of the Margin Rule, that even his father said that he should never fight, and especially that it frightens him that Beerus managed to spare their planet, which made Kulu a bit more hesitant to invade him, which means that he's going to plan a perfect invasion to conquer the Earth and gather the Dragon Balls to gain a wish of immortality. But after learning from his soldier that Frieza they try to get stronger with unlocking a new transformation. Even though Cooler has a fifth transformation, but he knows for a fact this golden form seems to be instantly much more strong to the point where some of the fighters actually have to pull much more effort, which means that Cooler will try his own way. If his brother could do it, it could definitely be him. Even especially because Cooler unlocked a fifth form that Frieza could not, leaving the same effects where leaving the same two of characters managed to stumble across two Saiyans in a desolate planet. Event continues on, but unlike his brother Frieza, Cooler is much more aware how powerful the Z fighters, especially the Suns, even it hurts him to admit it. But luckily, things having Broly potentially a super weapon bit greatly to the Cooler Force, which could drastically help the Empire to the story. Maybe Broly is a good point to replacing the most strongest soldier that Frieza did had in the Ginyu Force, leaving Broly and Cooler to actually have a sparring match, and Broly is significantly more stronger. But Cooler realized that Broly has having a harder time controlling on this race, and because of that, he insisted that his father give him the control around his car, just in case Broly goes on a rampage attacking him, leaving Chill like without needing to steal it from her father because this might actually have a great effect on it down the line. Some of the events of the movie pretty much play out the same as Cooler sent out soldiers with low key so that none of the Z fighters could detect them, allowing them to steal the Dragon Ball. As Cooler is about to make a wish, Goku and Vegeta managed to be there in time before Cooler could make the wish. But because Goku doesn't know who Cooler is, but luckily Vegeta is exactly know who is this guy, which is Frieza's brother, and Goku is quite shocked by this. And Cooler not one to test out how strong these two are, sending out his great weapon as Broly. And at this point, everything pretty much stay pretty much the same here. But difference is Cooler has no idea how does the Saiyans access to their transformation, so Cooler wouldn't really know what to do except trying to know for a fact that he has a Dragon Ball and he's planning on making the wish now. And since the Z fighters are a bit too distracted against Broly, he attempted to wish the Dragon Ball but quickly got stopped by Akiba as revealing Piccolo stopping forward. I won't let you make a wish for your fool, foolish tyrant, as Piccolo and Cooler prepare for a huge battle between the two. But unfortunately for Cooler, even though he's been training greatly, but unfortunately Piccolo himself is even more, perhaps equal to Goku at this point. Aside from Goku's other transformation, forcing Kuro to actually transform into his Piccolo, which does give him the upper hand. But unfortunately, as soon as Piccolo goes to his awakening, having a even foot between the two, forcing Frieza to action to go golden form on his fifth transformation, which is even significantly even stronger even in the canon version of Frieza, which actually forces Piccolo to actually really struggle. But luckily he managed to go to his full orange form here, and this seems to be an equal footing to the point where Vegeta and Goku seems to know this at this point and begins to assist Piccolo here, and internally Broly is also helping Cooler here. But unfortunately throughout the battle it's been so crazy that Broly's brother Paragus is watching in amazement that the Frieza family and the Saiyan could grow this much strong. But unfortunately, since Cooler is quite angered by his father's uselessness and just kills him outright for just being a waste of time. But unfortunately, since Broly saw his father and Cooler didn't really attempted this him to look like an action. But since Broly is going on full rampage to his full berserk mode and just attacking anyone regardless friends and foe, which gives Cooler a big opportunity to kinda sneak away through the battle and leaving the three fighters with Broly, giving Frieza an opportunity to at least try to make his the wish. But unfortunately he noticed the Dragon Ball seems to be missing, and at this point since Broly is such in a chaotic state it almost nearly blew up a planet, which makes him to make an escape away, which makes him regretted his seat because he got the enemy to know that the Fuller Emperor has returned as we plan to the three fighters, and because of Broly is in a berserker mode, and because of Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo having a bad idea that Broly that might accidentally blow up the planet because of his tremendous power unlike in the original, forcing the three to push their limits and trying to knock out Broly as fast as possible for Vegeta to unlock Super Saiyan Blue, while Piccolo has to go for the beyond with his orange Piccolo, while Goku briefly goes to Ultra Instinct, but unfortunately having a very difficult time doing so. But luckily with the combined Final Flash and Kamehameha and Special Beam Cannon, this managed to knock out Broly, but not outright kill him because when Broly is feeling unconscious as Vegeta is debating with the two to kill Broly, but if it wasn't for the two set cooler forces that brought Broly in the first place, they pleaded with him to spare Broly's life, and Goku seems to be okay with it, while Vegeta is simply gripping it is a bad idea. But Goku seems to trust the two because they seem to really care for Broly. But while Piccolo on the other hand seems to be a bit more cautious between these two. but he has opposed that he will watch over Broly and actually train him so that he could get on a focus on Broly's rage here. And he knows for a fact that Broly isn't a bad person, really knowing the interaction he briefly fought with. He's just been told what to do by Cooler and his father. As we planned out in a different perspective, as Android 13 managed and the other two Android managed to gather the Dragon Ball to as they bring the Dragon Ball to Professor Brome, aka Android 21, as she thinks the three are managing getting up the Dragon Ball without being noticed, while Android 13 speaks up thanks to their ability without sending out key thanks to the infinite energy. And because of that, Android 21 looks at the Dragon Ball, and Android 30 speaks up what's the dark are willing to wish for power, immortality, the power on finally destroying the people that killed her husband. And she simply calls that and just shakes her head no. So everyone is always seeking for power to get there, while I am focusing on a solution to take care of the problem. As she says the ritual word and summoning on Shenron 4th. As Shenron appears and waiting for her wish, and she just gives a simple answer to gain unlimited knowledge. As we plan out a few months pass, as Goku and Vegeta don't attempt to go to Beerus' plan because they fear the worst that Cooler might return again. Because of that, the Earth isn't as defenseless because of Cooler being a much more around, leaving Piccolo to training up Broly here, and thanks to being a much more different environment, and thankfully as Piccolo as his teacher, Broly seems to be slightly more calmer, but unfortunately it's harder to gain control once he goes angry and goes full out. It kinda reminds him of Gohan when he was a kid, leaving Piccolo not only to train Broly but also to train Pen, as Piccolo is having a bit of exhaustion upon training the two as Piccolo sends Pen back to her home, as Piccolo attempted just to have some meditation but only get disturbed by a man with wearing a red ribbon army ahead, as Piccolo could recognize the double R red ribbon, as revealing Android 13 shot out the blast, and Android 13 seems to smile at Piccolo, and that's where we're gonna end the episode there.